A mother in Great Britain was in danger of having her 8-year-old son, who weighs 218 pounds, taken away from her. Authorities were claiming she was endangering the boy's welfare. The mother defended her position by telling social workers that he was, quote, born hungry, and he has always been hungry. Alarmed by the recent story, Prince Charles said banning McDonald's was the first key step to a healthy lifestyle. Joining us now is fitness expert Tracey Mallett and clinical psychologist Dr. Jeffrey Gardere. Tracey, first of all, the idea of banning a restaurant is ridiculous. We certainly wouldn't go for it in this country. I think Prince Charles was probably just spouting.
I think it's totally ridiculous. What's it going to be next? The fries? I mean, is it going to be candy? I mean, you cannot blame McDonald's quarter-pound burger on obesity. I mean, that's not going to eradicate obesity. I mean, that's absurd.
They have salads there, by the way, too, now. Jeffrey, in this country, we're going through this whole trans fat thing where, I don't want the government involved in telling me what I should or should not eat. That's not a governmental function as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I think what the government should be doing is educating us as to what are the best things for us to eat, and that's what's been done in England. That's what Prince Charles was doing there, looking at a program, giving kids choices. We don't want to take choices away from people. We want to educate them as to how to make the right choices.
Tracey, if a child of that age is 218 pounds, I know there's a tendency to blame the parents, but that's not fair either. Aren't there people who have physical conditions that need attention? It's not a person's fault necessarily that somebody has that weight on.
It's not the child's fault, and it's also not the parent's fault. She needs to be educated on to make the right choices. She's probably had the same choices as a child with her parents, so she doesn't know any better. She loves that child, and she wants that child to be happy, and the way she does is obviously give the child food, but she doesn't know the right portion. So we, as a country, need to educate them in the right portions. I mean, did you know in the last 20 years, portion control has doubled?
Right. And what is the role of parents here, Jeffrey? Let me go, Jeffrey, on this. Well, I mean, first of all, you can't blame a family for something they can't control.
Sure. Well, the mother doesn't, in my estimation, the mother doesn't really understand what's going on. The first thing she says was, he was born hungry. Well, that tells me she doesn't really know what's going on with him medically, and probably there are poor eating habits throughout that family. I don't think in any way they should be separated. She needs to be an ally, not an enemy at this point. So we need to work with her.
Wait a minute. You're all driving me nuts here. Tracey, wait a minute. All I saw in this video was the mother giving him French fries. And by the way, I love cheeseburgers, I love French fries, I love Big Macs, I like quarter pounders, you know, something. But at some point, look at what she's feeding him there. Junk. Now, I'm sorry, you don't give your kids that amount of food, especially when you see your son has a problem. You can't tell me she doesn't have a clue. People can't be that stupid.
Well, is she trying to murder him? I think that's basically what you're saying here, Sean, that she's killing him with this food, and she may very well be.
Well, they wanted to take the kid away from the mother.
Well, absolutely, but at the same time, is this a mother who hates her child, or a mother, in fact, who doesn't know really how to take care of her kids?
Mayonnaise sandwich? Is that what I just saw there?
I don't know what it was, but it was disgusting. But we've got to talk to this mom. We've got to educate
All right.
this
now,
mom.
let's say, Tracey, that the mother still wants to feed him whatever he wants. By the way, I have an 8-year-old, and he'd love to have cake and cookies and cheeseburgers and junk for breakfast, but guess what? It's not going to happen.
Well, no, exactly. I have a 3- and a 5-year-old, and I teach them that they have to eat healthy portions. But they're in Tyneside. They're in England.
But should they, if this continues, and this kid now is going to be at a health risk, does the government have an obligation to step in and take him away from the mother?
I think the government has an obligation to educate them as a family, not just as the mother, the whole family unit.
I'm going to agree with you and say yes, the child should be taken away from the mother if the mother does not understand what's going on. Give her a chance. Work with her.
I agree.
Show her about nutrition.
Let me ask you a doctor question, because I've seen this a lot in my life. All these parents, they don't want to be parents, they want to be loved, they want to be liked, they cater to their children, they don't ever want to discipline their children, they don't want to hurt their little feelings. These are the same liberals that don't want you to play dodgeball, tag, you know, that don't want you to keep score in competitive sports.
Hey, look, if you ever want to cut down on eating, you want to be motivated not to eat, try the food in our green room.
Yeah, that'll do it. I don't touch it, that's for sure.
Try working with Alan, you make you lose your appetite.
Takes a much harsher tone on The View. We're going to play you a clip from today's show to